1300 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Humayun Zeb Abbasi. First, the headlines. Foreign Minister has urged international community to work for an inclusive political settlement and provide humanitarian and economic assistance to Afghanistan. China has again expressed readiness to work with Pakistan to achieve the mutual goal of making China-Pakistan economic corridor a great success. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, People's Democratic Party president has called for immediate opening of all the religious places including Dargah, Hazrat Bal and Srinagar Jamia Masjid for Friday prayers. UN Secretary General has urged the member countries to continue the campaign to prevent sexual exploitation and abuse in the UN system. And now the news in detail. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has underlined the need for an inclusive political settlement and the importance of the international community in providing humanitarian and economic assistance to Afghanistan. In a telephonic conversation with his Canadian counterpart, Mark Gariniu, he said a peaceful and stable Afghanistan is of paramount importance for Pakistan and the region. Shah Mahmood Qureshi apprised the Canadian Foreign Minister of his regional outreach efforts regarding the situation in Afghanistan and Pakistan's humanitarian endeavours, including the corridor for delivery of relief goods. China has again expressed readiness to work with Pakistan to achieve the mutual goal of making China-Pakistan economic corridor a great success. A statement issued by the Chinese embassy in Islamabad said Beijing is to work with Islamabad to create a sound environment for the CPAC and strengthen bilateral practical cooperation for a mutual benefit and common development. It said China appreciates the great importance Prime Minister Imran Khan and the Pakistan government attach to China-Pakistan practical cooperation and their positive efforts to this end. Earlier, the Chinese ambassador to Pakistan, Nong Rong, exchanged views on CPAC with Minister for Planning and Development Asad Umar, in which they expressed their confidence and expectation for the bright prospect of this mega project. Member Punjab Assembly Sardar Mahinder Pal Singh has said the PTI government has ensured the respect for different religious beliefs of its all citizens, and a record amount of 2.5 billion rupees has been allocated for the completion of welfare projects for minority community in Punjab only during the current financial year. In an inclusive interview with our Radio Pakistan Bahawalpur correspondent Sajjad Pervez, he said government is fully aware of the meritorious services rendered by minority communities in progress of Pakistan. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, People's Democratic Party President Mehbooba Mufti has called for immediate opening of all religious places including Dargah, Hazrat Bal and Srinagar Jamia Masjid for Friday prayers. Mehbooba Mufti, in a statement in Jammu, said these reserved places remain unjustifiably closed for Friday prayers on the pretext of COVID-19 or security reasons, depriving thousands of devotees of offering prayers there. She said normal operations of all other sectors, including sports activities and government functions, are going on in such a situation. Targeting these reserved places for restriction is evident of ulterior motives and amounts to direct interference in religious matters. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has called for continuation of campaign to prevent sexual exploitation and abuse in the UN system. In a statement released on completion of 4 years since the first high-level meeting on the prevention of sexual exploitation and abuse in UN system was held on this day, he said to eradicate sexual exploitation and abuse, we must address the root causes of this scourge. He urged member states to uphold their obligations by addressing allegations referred by the United Nations to national authorities holding perpetrators of the abuse accountable and resolving paternity claims. The G20 countries have stressed the commitment to take urgent actions to address the causes and impacts of climate change while protecting and restoring ecosystems and their biodiversity. After a 2-day summit in Italy, the agriculture ministers of G20 approved a final statement focusing on identifying and overcoming the major hurdles to meet the sustainable development goals provided by the 2030 Agenda. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, you can always log on to our website, radio.gov.pk. You can also watch live video streaming for our bulletins on the link Facebook.